Hey everyone, what's up? We're in the game. We're playing that. We're doing the Bad Batch thing. I'm trying to figure out how to play the Bad Batch because I don't know how to. I've not had any experience playing them. I came to the game after they were a thing, and they were kind of off the thing, and now they're sort of a team that's in the background that I'm not really sure what to expect about them. And yeah, I really like them. I'm really interested in them. Especially because we have the show. The show is out. The show season 3 has started, and I watched season 3 this morning, and it's like, you know what? I feel like they're gonna bring more Bad Batch to the game, and I know a lot of people have said that, and but I want to talk about a couple things. I want to talk about two people that I think are gonna come that nobody's talked about yet in their preview videos. First of all, I want to talk about something that I've been listening to, and I thought I had all three of these, but it turns out I only have this one. I don't know where the other two are, but this, if you can see it, is Heir to the Empire, the original. I don't know how long I've had this, but Heir to the Empire by Timothy Zahn. It's Legends, or it's considered to be in the Legends canon now. But they've brought Grand Admiral Thrawn to. Grand Admiral Thrawn has been canonized. Mount Tantus has been canonized. They brought Mara Jade to the game. They brought Grand Admiral Thrawn to the game. They brought the Chimera to the game. But so far, and I haven't made it through the entire series. I'll admit that. I haven't made it through the entire series. But I'm not all the way through the third book yet. But if you've not read it, I would highly recommend that you do, because it's very good. It's a very good series. A couple of things that stick out to me about it is, from the get-go, you thought that, from the get-go, I thought that Thrawn was had no flaws. I knew he had this affinity for art, that he learned strategies based upon their art, but sometimes you're like, how did he figure that out? And sometimes it's like he misses, and he's a little off, and that turns out to the rebellion's advantage. But a lot of times in the book, it seems like the rebels are always working from behind, and I don't know what to think about that. I don't know what to think about that at all, because there's never a time when you feel like the rebels have the upper hand. And one of the things that strikes me about it is the number of characters I feel like would be good for Galaxy of Heroes. It would be really good for Galaxy of Heroes, like Talon Card, and the people on his crew, Niles Ferrier, would be really good. There's a lot of people. I think Captain Pelion would be interesting. I think Master Sabayoth, obviously, I think he would be really interesting. I think the Nogri would be incredibly interesting, because the Nogri strike, because we have the Jawas in the game, right? We have the Jawas, we have the Tusken Raiders, the Tuskens, we have the Ewoks, and the Nogri just sort of strike me as people that are kind of like that, but are hunters. And the thing about the Nogri is they could be on either side, because, you know, if you've not read the book, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I just find the Nogri really, really interesting, and because of that, I think they would be fun. So I think there's a ton of stuff that you could add. You could add the wild card, that's talent card shipped to the game. I'm really surprised that they don't have Luke's X-Wing in this game for as long as the game's been around. Obviously, I think Lando has a ship that I think would be interesting in the game. But yeah, I think it would be really good. And if you've not read the series, I'm listening to it on Audible. And during my gig, when I have my gig, and I think I have 8 or 9 hours left in book 9, but I'm really enjoying it, and it's a really good series. I really like it a lot. It's really interesting, and I highly recommend it if you've not given it. Also, I think if they actually broke down and canonized the whole thing, and, you know, they would have to work out some quirks based upon what they've already done. But the audiobooks are like 17, 18 hours. And I'm like, if you rework, it wouldn't be too hard to rework to where you could do where you could do 3 or 4 seasons and do, like, depending on how many books you want to do. Obviously, if you want to do 8, you could probably get 6 or 7 seasons out of it if you just want to do 8 episodes. If you want to do 10, you might have to do some expanding on a couple of books, and I think there's room for that. Like, one of my things is, like, in the time where you're just supposed to understand that they're debriefing and they're exchanging information, and then things jump from, 5 days just overnight, and you're like, well, what happened? I think there's room for, some dialogue and some connection moments, I guess, some relationship development between the characters in that time. But in some, just what are they thinking? What are they going through as they're doing this type of thing? But I think, it doesn't look like a very big book. But when I'm listening to it on Audible, it's 17, 18 hours. And I think it'd be really good if they took it, if they canonized it, and if they did it. Because, Mara Jade, Talon Card, Bel Iblis, these are some people that are really interesting characters, and I think they should be in the game. And I think they should be canonized. I think they should be brought into the Disney mythos. And I think, even if you did, I think you could even do it like an animated series, almost. Like, because I know they're doing X-Men 97 that's supposed to be a precursor to X-Men 93, the Fox show that ran from 1993 to 1986, and then they're coming out with X-Men 97 that's going to expand upon that story. I think you could just do, I don't know what you call it. I don't know if you call it, I don't know what you would call it, but I think that would be really interesting. You know, maybe if you didn't want to do a live action on it, and, you know, because you would have to do a lot of it, obviously, in the volume. But I think if you animated it, it would be tremendous. Just tremendous. And I think everybody and their mom would watch it. I just think so highly of it. Anyway, let's talk about the characters that I want to talk about, who I think I would love to see come to the game for the Bad Batch. And I have two. One is a ship. It's Finnick's ship. I know that Astromech talked about whatever Cad Bane's ship is. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but I think Finnick's ship, which doesn't have a name because they've not named it yet, but I expect it to be named by the time we finish the season here. And I just think it's really kind of incredible. I'll give you if you can't really tell what it looks like from that, you should be able to tell what it looks like from some of these pictures. We have this one, and that's I guess maybe a 3D printed version, or this one. But I think it's a really interesting ship. I think it's really beautiful. I guess, is it a Lego ship somebody put together? That'd be really interesting. But yeah, I think that would be really good. Also, the other person, Emery Carr, Omega's sister. I think it would be. These are two things, and I think that I'm not turned anybody. And you know, obviously, we don't know if she's good or bad. She feels bad, but I have a feeling by the end of the season, she's going to come around. I don't know that for a fact because we have no idea where the show's going right now. Because it came out on the 21st. I'm recording this on the 22nd. Like I said, I watched all 3 episodes this morning. There's 12 more. Obviously, I think Dr. Hemlock has a good shot of appearing. I think the Admiral was the Admiral guy in the first 18-20 episodes that was around. I think he has a good shot of appearing. I think Nala Se would be interesting to have. I think Wolf would be interesting because he's supposed to come in at some point this season. Also, we still don't know. We don't know the identity of the new Dark Trooper. I guess I would call him the new Dark Assassin Trooper. But yeah, I think that would be tremendous. And obviously, you could do Sid, you could do Fee, you could do so many people. But I think it would be interesting, really interesting, if we got Emery. Obviously, they're obviously going to bring Crosshair to the game. There's no doubt that they're going, in my mind, that they're going to bring Crosshair to the game at some point. But I think there's a lot there. Wouldn't be surprised if they did an older version of Omega. But I don't. That's just pure speculation. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about. Have you read the Thrawn trilogy? I need to get the whole set. I think I have the other two somewhere. I thought I did, but maybe I need to go buy the whole trilogy because I definitely want to have it for some point. But let me know what you think about my thoughts about the Thrawn trilogy, and let me know what you think about my predictions for Galaxy's Heroes. And would you like to see Emery? Would you like to see Finnick's ship? Obviously, they're going to give the ship a name, but obviously, I don't have Finnick farmed, but I'm going to correct that pretty quick. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Till then, hold the line. I'll see you later. Bye.